Hey guys, it's Steven with Business Growth Engine. We're going to go over a really great question today that we keep getting. It's the cost of running an agency. There's tons of different cost variables, but I wanted to break down today for you guys the ins and outs on what it costs as a subscription standpoint and understanding kind of your monthly reoccurring costs. So this way it can help you budget, especially if you're trying to start an agency. It's great tips here. At the end of the video, we're also going to show you how you can do it all for free for the first month. It's a little tip that we learned that we like to pass on to our clients as well. And feel free to like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to do tons more of these videos. We like to help, especially help digital marketing agencies start and grow their business. That's what we started in. That's what we want to pass that knowledge off to as well. But once again, my name is Steven with Business Growth Engine, and we're going to dive into the cost of running an agency today. So with that, there's going to be tons of different variables, but we want to break down the subscription costs so you can understand what it takes from the initial costs to potential scaling features. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to identify your target market. You want to understand who your target market is, understand who it is in order for them to succeed, and how they can grow. The big thing that you have to understand is that all marketers are problem solvers. So a little tip for you is that if you are charging them a monthly retainer, which is very, very common for marketing agencies, the goal with that retainer is to produce 10x result. So if you're not producing a 10x result for your clients, then you're charging too much. That's what we always say. That's what we always recommend. But diving into that, the first thing you're going to want to understand is that most of the time, most agencies start with a website. So you're going to want some hosting, and you're going to incur what they call hosting fees. All that is that helps break it down to what the servers are charging you to host your website and your clients' websites. Because what we always recommend is that if you're hosting a website, you need to have your website on there as well to show off what you can and can't do. The hosting doesn't honestly matter which hosting platform you go to. They all have their pros and cons. Do the research. I'll link a couple in the descriptions below. But just remember that they're going to charge you a set rate a month. And sometimes they charge per website. Sometimes they charge as a package. So break those down. For us, for instance, they charge a package, so we can host so many on one package. On average, it's about $100 a package a month. So what we're going to do is we're going to write down $100. That's going to help us see, okay, we need $100 in order to cover our hosting fees. You can charge your clients whatever you want, but keep in mind that you want to try to break even on that at least. So what we personally do is we charge $100 a year per client. And what that does is that gives us the ability, the more we add on to each package, the more money we make in the end run. So there's a lot of varying costs with hosting, but as you continue to grow, as you continue to see different plugins and stuff, you're going to probably incur more costs. So you might want to pass those on to your clients as well, if it fits. Don't just pass every single cost off to your clients, because then they're going to realize that you're trying to nickel and dime them, and they won't stick around for very long. There are some fees that you probably just have to eat in order to grow your business. That's what we do. We eat a lot of fees to cover the cost for our clients to make them more successful. Now, with this, there's tons of different website builders that you can use. You can use Squarespace, you can use Square, you can use Wix, GoDaddy, all of them. What we always recommend is for you to do WordPress. Learn WordPress because that's going to give you the flexibility down the road. So WordPress, what that really does, that gives you a blank statement on websites. You can do plugins, you can do coding, all of the flexibility that you need to grow a successful agency. So most of the time, if you're paying for hosting, you can build out WordPress for free on those hosting platforms. Moving on to the next one, most of the time, you don't want to just offer websites because you're going to be chasing that bottom dollar. So one of the things that you want to take a look at is you want to understand what other options can you offer as well. One of those other options that you can actually offer is SEO, stands for search engine optimization. So we're going to write down SEO. And what that means is that gives us the flexibility to help the websites that we build get seen on Google. That's the easiest way to do it. That's what we tell all of our clients when we're training other digital agencies. We tell them, hey, Don't use the professional jargon, as they call it. Just tell them that it helps them get seen on Google naturally and organically. Because then that makes sense to the end user and they're more willing to do it. But keep in mind it does take a while, so you want to express those concerns as well. Now, this is a recurring subscription cost. A lot of them are based on how many seats you need, which seats are just how many websites that you're managing. So this cost is going to go up. Same thing with hosting fee. All your costs start going up the more clients you have. So keep that in mind. But it really depends on what software you use. There's, Hike SEO, SEMrush, Ahrefs, all of them out there. And the costs are very, very different between each software. Some of them have white labeled options, some of them don't. So keep that in mind as you're looking at them, making that decision. And it's okay to jump back and forth between them, but try to find one, maybe two, figure out which one you like best, and just stick with that one. Because that's going to give you and your clients the best results possible. Now, for instance, you can some of them will only charge $50 a month, all the way up to $250 a month. It depends. There's even some that charge way higher. The software we use currently costs us about $750 a month, and that includes all the clients that we have. So keep that in mind as you're searching for them. Don't just jump to the best one because you think it's the best because it's the highest price. We don't want to do that. We want to be able to think logically, figure out which ones. SEMrush is kind of the leader right now. That's a good one to start with. We personally don't like it, but that is a good one to start with. We always recommend checking them out. Hike is more user-friendly. There's Search Atlas as well that has a lot more features. That's currently the one that we use. We've been using that one for a long time. Really enjoy it. So with that, we're going to take the industry average, which is about $250 a month to start out. So you're at $250, so you're at $100 and $250. So you're at $350 right now. And that's a month. So as you're looking at this and you're pricing out, figuring out how to start your marketing agency, it's going to become a challenge. It's going to become, as you continue to grow, it's going to cost more money. So maybe your prices have to go up, maybe not. But the end goal is to serve your clients. We've had one client that's been with us for years. They started out on a really low package that we had, and they were making about $400,000 or $500,000 a year. We ended up doubling that revenue for them in a year, and now they're on track to hit $3.2 million this year. So it doesn't really matter so much about what software you're using; it's how you can use it effectively. Now, a lot of people go into social media as well because that's kind of the next big thing. That's what everybody's been jumping on. Everyone's been enjoying. Everyone's excited to use it. And everyone thinks they're a social media expert because they have social media platforms. Keep in mind, you can do that. We do that. But the software, once again, varies depending on what you're trying to achieve. On average, you're going to spend anywhere between $100 to $200 a month on social media software as well. That gives you the flexibility to schedule across many different platforms and to plan, analyze, and get those metrics for your clients. So if you're going to go the social media route, which we're building out a full-scale full-scale marketing agency right now. So social media, you're looking at we're going to go about $200. I always like to estimate a little bit on the higher end because if you estimate on the higher end, and you come in lower, it saves you a little bit of money. So social media, that's a good one to have, but keep in mind, a lot of people are doing it these days, so it may not be your core moneymaker. It could be if that's what you want to specialize in. Another one that a lot of people do is email marketing and lead generation. Now, email marketing is a little bit different. A lot of people use like Constant Contact, GetResponse, MailChimp, things like that. So keep that in mind as you're building those out. If you use some of those, I believe MailChimp these days actually has an affiliate. So if they sign up through your link, you can actually make a little bit of money back. So keep that in mind as you're building that out as well. But if you're going to go the email marketing route, which is a highly big recommendation because email marketing is still a very profitable business, we're going to do email marketing. I believe MailChimp is about $50 to $70 a month. Don't quote me on that because prices could change by the time this video gets uploaded. But let's say it's $70 a month. There we go. And then the last one is lead generation. Now, lead generation depends on what you're trying to do. Most of the time, it actually doesn't cost you anything. software wise. So we're not going to calculate that into the overall cost, but it is a good route to take if you're very, very good at generating high quality leads. But the last thing that a lot of people honestly forget about, especially starting agencies, when we consult with agencies, we see what they're doing to help them scale. We notice they're missing one of the biggest core features out of all of them, and that is a CRM. And that stands for Customer Relation Management. And now, a lot of people don't think too much about these. They think about all this other software, but they don't think about a CRM. And what that does is that gives you the ability to manage all the leads you currently have, email your clients, and communicate directly through them with text messages as well. So there's a lot of different benefits with that. You have to keep in mind that you do need a CRM. There's tons of them out there. On average, they cost anywhere between $95 to $97 a month. Even $99 a month. We're going to go with $99 just to be on the little bit higher end. And these are all variable figures, so keep that in mind. But you have to remember that this is on average what it costs a small agency to get up and running their first month, first 2 months, first 3 months while they're finding their clients. So if we calculate all this out together, we've got 250, 200, that's 450. And then we've got another 100, that's 550. And then we got 70, so we're at 620. And then 99, we're going to round that up to 100 to make our math a little bit easier, because after taxes and stuff, it'll probably be 100. So we're at about $720 a month. Give or take some, but on average, you're going to see that a marketing agency is about $720 a month to start out running. So it's a very, very good profit margins that you can make. You could charge one person $1,000 a month and still make money. So, but what we always recommend is you want to make sure that they're getting the value that you're charging. Keep that in mind as you're building this out. You need to understand that there's a lot of different variation costs, and there's a lot of market research that goes into running a marketing business. So with that, I want to show you guys a quick tip on how to be successful getting your first clients without having to cost any money down, and how you can start out in the green right out of the gate. So what we want to do is the very first thing, this is kind of a little side note, this is how we at Business Growth Engine, we got started. We actually knew some clients that were interested in our marketing services. We were debating actually starting a marketing service. And so we have tons of marketing experience, and we were going back and forth. Should we do it? Should we not? Those are some of the questions we were going back and forth with. But these clients were like, hey, we really want you to do some lead generation for us. We really, really want SEO. We really need to start, these are our business. This is what we are thinking. So what we did is we reached out to that client and a couple other people that we knew were semi-interested, started talking to them. We did the research on all the software we needed. We knew that we needed $720 a month. And we were like, hey, we will do this stuff for you guys at a lower price until we start getting testimonials, start getting reviews, start upping our services based on our value. So we had 2 of them that came in at $399 a month. And then we had one more person that we reached out to that was another $300 a month. So altogether, we were bringing in $1,100 a month right out of the gate. We always make them pay up front in order to start the services with us. So we brought in $1,100, spent $720. We were already in the green. So if that's something that you're interested in order to start an agency, do the research on what software you need to be successful. And then what you need to do is you need to go out and find those clients. Talk to them on Facebook, talk to them on your phone, talk to your friends, talk to your family, see who is interested in marketing for their business. Charge them a lower rate at first while you're building up your portfolio, building up your experience, and then you can slowly up your rates. But this way it helps cover your subscription costs and makes you more successful in the end run. But overall, keep in mind, it's about $700 to $1,000 to run an agency per month starting out. And if you have any questions or you want to reach out, tell us a great success story. My number, my personal cell phone number is 931-220-7630. That's going to get you the direct line to me. You can feel free to text it, call it any time that you want. We're going to communicate with you, give you feedback if you have any questions. Also, cheer you on. We want to be that person in the corner for you, cheering you on, rooting you on, hoping that you have the best success possible. Because here at Business Growth Engine, our mission is to make sure every small business is successful and can grow in the best possible way. So once again, $700 to $1,000 to start an agency, and you'll be on the right track.